If you've heard of a cheekiest, sneakiest, bushy-tailed animal, one who lives in the hidden woodland and goes by the name of Freddie the Fox, then you might already know that every journey with him is truly a most unexpected adventure. Including this next bedtime story, which involves one of the busiest, buzziest, and most important little creatures on Earth. So as you listen in very carefully and settle down like a floating leaf, drifting through the air and landing gently to rest in the cozy bed beneath you, prepare to be surprised and delighted during this sleep meditation for kids with our furriest friend, Freddie the Fox. Because as you close your eyes and begin to feel all dreamy now, this most mischievous fox is waiting for you to join him in his enchanted forest wonderland, waiting patiently for you to become so extra relaxed and let your imagination run free. So to do this right now, simply take 3 deep breaths in and out, relaxing your mind and calming your body. Breathe in through your nose, filling your belly with air. And now let the air flow out again. Good. Inhale calmly through your nose. And then let the air gently out again. Brilliant. One more time, take a deeper, healthy breath in and a slow, flowing breath out. Fantastic! Freddie thinks you're really good at this. And now this peaceful, sleepy, dreamy, happy feeling is really beginning to take over, like a floating sensation. As you just imagine floating away and into the enchanted forest, where your favorite fox friend loves to live. And it is a full moon tonight, with silvery moonshine bathing the forest in a glittering glow. And you really begin to imagine and see so clearly the tallest tree in this forest, so ancient and wise, where you know that right at the base of its strong tree trunk is Freddie's family's foxhole. And so you push some soft green grass to the side and poke your head down the burrow to have a good look around. You expect to see his little foxy ears and hear his foxy scratching and snuffling. But Freddie is not there. So you cast your eyes across the forest, glowing all silvery in this magical moonlight. And you see colourful wildflowers and a clump of huge red-spotted mushrooms. and you walk over to take a closer look. When all of a sudden, out pops Freddie, pouncing at you playfully with happy foxy laughter. And you can't help but laugh too, to see his soft and bushy chestnut tail and brightest foxy grin hiding between the mushrooms and flowers. And now Freddie's ears prick up because you both hear a buzzing sound. And immediately you see a honeybee hovering here in front of you. Its little wings beating so fast, it's all a yellowy blur, right in front of your fascinated faces. The closer you see this bee, you realize its little stinger looks poised to strike, right above Freddie's nose. Until suddenly, clever Freddie holds out a wildflower with his friendly paw. And the honeybee's body goes from being really tense to becoming very relaxed, as it now flits down happily into the flower petals, drinking the nectar from this beautiful blossom. Freddie watches tenderly as this hungry honeybee fills its tiny belly, and then asks the bee its name and where the rest of the family bee colony is. With a buzzy little voice, this tiny creature tells you her name is Eve, and her bee colony is spread out over the forest, because each bee needs to visit between 50 and 100 flowers a night to get enough nectar to make their honey. And Eve tells you that finding 50 to 100 flowers each is becoming much harder because the climate is changing. So they must wander further and further from their beehive home. Freddie says to Honeybee Eve that he is so sorry to hear they must scatter so far just to find enough pollen and nectar for their honey. And you say thank you to little Honeybee Eve for keeping nature alive by spreading the pollen of plants for the environment. You tell Freddie that you love bees because they support the growth of trees, flowers, and other plants, which serve as food and shelter for creatures large and small. Freddie and Eve nod their heads in agreement and tell you that here in the enchanted woodland, all creatures live in harmony and balance with the circle of life. With a quick wink of his shining eyes, Freddie tells you both that he wishes to help the honeybee colony and show you a very special hidden place. And so, feeling full of curious wonderment, you both decide to see where Freddie leads you as he slinks off between the trees. Honeybee Eve buzzes excitedly through the air, and you practice your foxy slinking, as together you all travel deeper and deeper into the forest. You and your woodland friends enjoy the sparkling starlight and guiding light of the full moon as you travel around bushes and under branches, creeping and sneaking and buzzing lightly so as not to disturb any sleeping animals of the night. You weave between trees and hop over rocks, spring over mushrooms and glide over logs, following twinkle-toed, light-footed Freddie the Fox. Eve buzzes happily above you both, flying along on this adventure through the sleepy, starlit woodland, which has now become your own wonderland of fun. Travelling into a new part of the forest now, you hear the sound of running water, a fresh babbling brook flowing gently downstream. As you arrive at this freshwater creek, Honeybee Eve pauses, hovering in the air, and tells you her colony has never flown beyond the brook before. Freddie smiles with mischief and then waves his tail in the air, inviting Eve to hold onto it with her tiny little legs. And with the little honeybee feeling safe, Freddie now prances over the water from rock to rock, finding stepping stones in the stream to hop over to the other side without any splashes. And you follow along, trotting over the stones like a confident fox, just like Freddie, who's such a cool cat, always with a spring in his foxy step and a twinkle in his foxy eyes. On the other side of the stream, Eve buzzes about with delight to be in this new woodland. You are at the top of a grassy hill, and so, in mischievous foxy fashion, you begin to roll down this soft grassy slope, tumbling and rolling faster and faster, with Honeybee Eve flying in the air above, looking very amused. You come to a tumbling stop to arrive at a huge valley of wildflowers. Wow! You breathe in and look around in wonder at this amazing place. This breathtaking valley filled everywhere with wildflowers. There must be thousands upon thousands of beautiful fresh flowers here, growing so healthily across the entire valley. The blossomy scent in this freshest of air is so fragrant, it makes your heart sing. Freddie's eyes gleam with merriment as he announces that this is the hidden wildflower grove. Honeybee Eve is dancing and twirling through the air with pure joy. These flowers are more than enough to save the colony and help the circle of life. She must get back to the beehive and tell the others and introduce you to the queen. So you follow Eve all the way back to her beehive, as together you race through the starry wilderness, up the hill, over the stream, and through the trees. Until you arrive at the hive, which is wonderful to see. The structure is amazing. Little hexagons all aligned so perfectly. You and Freddie watch in awe as the worker bees and drone bees buzz about their intricate social network, all minding their beeswax and being busy little bees indeed. But now, our honeybee friend leads you to see a most important lady bee, who is a little bigger than the others, with her long narrow belly, shorter wings, and a lovely graceful energy. For she is the queen bee of the hive. Honeybee Eve tells her queen of the hidden wildflower grove, and her kind eyes light up with hope, gratitude, and peace of mind. The queen bee, in her royal buzzing voice, tells you that bees never forget a friendly face, and your good gesture will most certainly be rewarded. She buzzes about and points to some fresh honeycomb oozing with honey as a sweet gift of gratitude. You and Freddie say thank you with all of your hearts as you eat this fresh forest honeycomb. So deliciously sweet, it melts in your mouth and warms your heart. Although the feeling of seeing these delighted bees and making their important lives easier is truly the best gift of all. Oh, Freddie, you clever fox, what another fun adventure you have had, and a way to keep the circle of life in beautiful, harmonious balance. With a happy sigh, after this brilliant journey, You are feeling quite tired and ready to just curl up and fall fast asleep. So together you wave goodbye to Eve, your little honeybee friend, and the most generous queen bee, before trotting on home towards Freddie's family's burrow. With your furry friend, together you prance through the moonlit forest, feeling so happy and so ready for sleep. Slinking quietly along until you reach the wise and ancient tree of life. Because it is time now to just relax and fall asleep for your soothing night's healthy rest. At the base of this tallest tree is the entrance to the foxy burrow, and so you both crawl inside amongst all of the warm foxy fur and gentle foxy breathing, feeling so safe, so peaceful, and so loved here with Freddie's family in this hidden, enchanted forest. For this is the most cozy and relaxing place where you are always welcome to visit in your happiest foxy dreams anytime you wish. And now you drift away into your most relaxing, calming, wonderful dreams, and your deepest, loveliest sleep. Sweet forest dreams, and good night.